DeAndre Jordan. Like I thought it would have been the other way around. Like I know Dwight's a good player. I'm not gonna put him at great because I just don't respect him. But like he was making DeAndre look like, I mean, they went back and forth, but at the same time, like he was beasting on DeAndre.
Dwight Howard's that one big man that you like whenever you're on the court, you pick up ball and you see him playing ball, shooting and everything. Like I don't know if I want to pick him up. I wouldn't run with him. And he'd pick everybody else, but yeah. Anyway.
I don't know.
I don't know why you tried to do that.
I don't know if I. Yeah, I thought it was gonna work. It didn't work. But like he, like that's the first time I've ever seen Dwight actually do, good post moves, and I guess he just chose to do them on DeAndre because, DeAndre finished third in the defensive player of the year. For whatever reason, he can get away with that on. I guess because he's quicker than him. Because I look at them essentially, they're kind of like the same player to me.
Yeah.
But with Dwight doing, a couple of those, using some footwork, which I rarely ever see him use. I mean, he was making DeAndre look really slow. It's like there's a big difference. DeAndre makes Dwight Howard look quick.
Yeah. Like
they're both athletic guys, but compared to DeAndre, like Dwight Howard looks really quick compared to DeAndre. So that was the biggest surprise for me. So he could actually be the X factor as opposed to Harden. But for the Clippers to keep this up with a hobbled CP, I don't even know if CP3 is going to come back. I'm pretty sure he will, and I'm sure if the game was on the line, he'd probably be playing.
Oh, definitely.
But they got a great coach in Doc. So most of the time you're a reflection of your coach. So if he shows perseverance and is a great leader of men, you're more likely to succeed. So I think they have a good shot because they match up well.
Yeah.
I feel like they got a little bit more offensive power than the Rockets do, because the Rockets are more predicated. These teams are actually a lot more even than
they are. They are
it's depends on who's in. Because Josh Smith can score for the Rockets.
But he's not their primary.
He's not, but he can do if he needs to. He can dribble because he's kind of like plays the role of Drake. I mean not Drake, Blake. In terms of they can both dribble down the court if they need to. They get those rebounds. They both don't really have a go-to move, but they have like that awkward, weird thing that they do.
But the thing with the Clippers, who's their primary scorer? I guess
it's not necessarily them having a primary scorer. It's more, and I guess the primary scorer is actually Blake Griffin, but it's also predicated off of CP3 getting everybody their shots because they don't create for themselves.
See, and Houston doesn't have that. Houston has James Harden. Once he creates his own shot.
Right.
I mean, dude has a nasty pull up and a nasty J. Period. So, but they are evenly matched. Seriously, all Houston is missing is a point guard. A legit all-star point guard, and they'd be.
I'm trying to think I can't remember who was playing point guard last game. James was, but then he wasn't, and somebody else was in. He was playing shooting 2, and somebody else was playing point guard. They were pretty decent. I can't remember who they were though. So I guess they weren't that decent. But it was somebody I know. I can't remember. But as far as that series goes, like I said, I think the Clippers could actually win that series if they win this game.
Agreed. Oh yeah, definitely, because you're taking home court advantage, definitely away from Houston. Even if they lost this one and won the next two, this game, it's definitely
I think this is going to be one of those, just kind of like how the Clippers and the Spurs were. I think it's going to be one of those where it goes to a game 7.
I agree. It definitely has a big chance of, because of, like I said, they're so evenly matched. But I don't know, because both teams could just both teams just could just take all the momentum and just take off, and who knows, the Clippers could lose this, but then take off and win the next 3. So
I'm just going off of my Negro Domus prediction. If the Clippers don't win,
we haven't heard from that guy.
Man, we haven't in a while. And I would have brought him up, but I don't know how it has the music, so I might have to bring it back up.
Bring the music to him.
Yeah. Negro Domus prediction. If the Clippers do not win tonight, they will not win the series. If you a betting person, go ahead and make that bet after this game. After the game. As I sip my water. My big, large glass of Ozark. Oh, I'm sorry. Shout out to Lucille's Chicken. Over there off of Broad and Main. They keep bringing us chicken. We eat it every week. And then we talk about sports. Because that's what we do.
That's what we do.
Shout out to Lucille.
Lucille. Finger good. Finger licking good chicken.
In other news.
Yeah, moving on.
Mr. Isaiah Thomas.
He's back.
Yes, the New York Liberty are thinking about bringing him. Actually, they're in the process of bringing him in.
They are.
As the new president of basketball operations.
And co-owner.
Or is he going to be co-owner or part-time owner?
Co-owner.
I mean, not part-time. I meant to say
part owner. Part owner,
yeah.
Whatever.
Bringing him in for the New York Liberty. Now, is this a good idea after he lost the sexual harassment suit in the same
seat? And I listened to his interview earlier today on another network, and he brought up a good point. He didn't lose anything. Madison Square Garden had to pay the whatever amount. So he didn't lose a lawsuit. Madison Square Garden did.
But here's my thing on that though. Why would they have to pay anything if he was fine? I'm just saying. It's all about, you got to read between the lines.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I didn't lose.
I didn't say. Yeah. That was my thing with it, because he didn't say that he didn't do it. He said he didn't have to come out of pocket or nothing. So I personally don't have a problem with it. Period. I mean, we're always talking about second chance. Yeah, okay, whatever. I can care less about that. But his knowledge of the game, period. I mean, I don't know how many All-Star games, 2 championships, if I'm correct. What is back to back?
That's your team. I don't know why you're looking at me.
I'm trying to think in my head.
That's your team.
So
he ain't no real Detroit Pistons fan. Hey, name me 3 players on the team now.
Now? You got Tayshaun Prince.
He don't play with them no more.
Yes, he does. He got traded back.
Okay.
Yes. Greg Monroe.
What position does he play?
Forward.
No.
You said 99. You didn't say 90 position.
Exactly. Thank you. But anyway,
I'm gonna need one more. We're trying to skip over now. But anyway, let me get back to
talk.
I'm trying to think of his name. Stuckey. Rodney Stuckey.
Alright.
So, hey, I'm not saying I'm a diehard Piston fan. I follow him. But hey.
Okay.
But I don't have a problem with Isaiah in New York. Maybe it does put a black eye on, what's his name, James Dolan? John Dolan, whatever his name is?
Mr. Dolan.
Mr. Dolan. Yeah,
I was going Mr. whoever, if I don't remember the name.
Because, he did say he doesn't
James
see...
Dolan. It is James.
It is right. Okay. It sounds about right.
Dolan.
He did say he doesn't see Isaiah, working in New York anymore, with him or whatnot. But then this happens. Maybe that puts a black eye on him, but again, the game, your whole goal is to win. That's the whole point of having a team, period. It's to win championships. You bring people in to win championships. So if you feel that Isaiah Thomas is going to help you win championships, then you bring his knowledge of the game into your organization. But if you don't feel, if you're just doing this as publicity, you already know the negativity that it's going to bring because of the sexual harassment allegations. So if you feel he's going to, and I really think that Dolan thinks that, maybe Thomas can help on the women's side rather than anything on the men's side. So I don't have a problem with it.
And it's not more of the problem with. I don't think it's really gonna be a big deal because I think pretty much everybody on the women's team is probably bigger than him, and would probably just whoop him if he even tried anything. There was a joke there, but nobody was listening. Hop, you got some fake laughing in the background? I need some. Wait, what does the pastor always say?
I need some help, man.
Yeah.
Can I get away?
No.
Or no.
Can somebody help me?
Can somebody help me here?
Yeah. Can someone help me? Y'all listening out there?
There you go.
Y'all listening out there? TMI Local Radio National with the Global Board. You know I think about what I say he did, and what he did wasn't right. But if you look at sexual harassment, you got to break it down into 3 words: sex, or ras. Now, if you look in Article 5, Clause 3.6, it clearly states Isaiah Zeke Thomas is a geek Thomas. Now, what I am trying to say to you, and what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, I really don't care, because who's really going to pay attention to the New York Liberty? Who's really going to pay attention to the WNBA? I'm still trying to figure out how the WNBA is still operating.
Hey, I thought they were bankrupt.
I'm still trying to figure it out. There's only I think there's about 12 teams left. I'm trying to figure out how are they making profit. Because I could have sworn they said WNBA stood for will not be around. That's a throwback joke.
Hey.
All I gotta say is this: the team that had the most championships, won back to back to back, the Houston Comets.
Houston Comets.
Folded.
Cindy Cooper.
Why did they fold? Because nobody wanted. And I think I heard that same interview you were talking about, and he was talking about how the games become more pure. We talked about the shooting and the passing of the Spurs, and then he gave a example of how we were looking at Curry. And yeah, Curry shoots, but Curry also has mad handles. Curry is tough. Curry can dunk if he wants to. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing, and it's no shot at the women's game, but the biggest thing, it's not necessarily the technical side, because if that was the case, college basketball would be more popular. We don't like that. We like people who fly above the rim. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, what about Brittany Griner? Brittany Griner punched somebody and she's 6'8". Whatever happened with that situation? Cause I was gonna bring that up on the last show, and I was like, nobody really cares.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, it was like a little tiny blip, and it was like, whatever.
I mean,
yeah, and it's sad, but I'd rather watch D-League basketball.
That is so freaking true.
No, what's crazy to me? Women's basketball in college gets more hype and praise than it's you're the biggest star in college. Then once you go to the WNBA, what happened to Skylar Diggins? Where's Brittany Griner? Where's Maya Moore?
On commercials.
I mean, she's not. But
that's it. I mean, that's
when the season's going on, you don't even know what's going on unless you just randomly scrolling through and you're like, oh, what? Oh, I forgot they played.
Or you randomly see a commercial for WNBA playoffs, and then you're like, oh,
what were they playing? I didn't
even know the season was even.
And then they don't
I guarantee, watch, because it's always around my birthday, around May 23rd-ish, that weekend. Watch, or starting next week, you'll start seeing commercials for WNBA commercials on ESPN too.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't even put the championship or nothing on number 1 ESPN. They put on ESPN2 and ESPN News. I mean, but you'll put the girls basketball, college basketball on ESPN. Put on ABC.
It's more popular. Because that's March Madness though.
Yeah.
That's the
only time you're gonna see it, but
it makes me wonder how much does it actually. Do they bring in millions, or is it right?
It's just UConn.
WNBA. Does it bring in millions?
They got that's why they're rocking 6 or 8 sponsors on the jersey.
That's true. But without those sponsors, that's what I want to know.
Man, nah.
It's gotta
unless it's I think Seattle still has a team, don't they?
Yeah, Seattle Storm. Sue Bird and
like teams like that, or like a Tulsa, like somewhere where there's nothing to do. Like, yeah. But anyway, let me quit ripping on them. Coming up after the break, do you have a right to be a gold digger when you're a dime -9? As well as some NFL draft talk, and we'll get a little bit back into the playoffs.
Gotcha. Going down.
Going down.
Hey, this is from the Cap Show on TMI Radio. Trust me when I say I know how to stop you from talking. Look no further than Alexander
last joke.
They're a company that.
What did you say? 'Cause literally, I looked down trying to see what the next stuff.
I don't remember what I said. Well, I said something. I was like, okay, someone's gonna laugh at my joke. That's cool.
Because I knew you said something, but I was like, shit. That's sort of wasn't like.
If you truly want someone who puts a great emphasis on quality, Alexander Bleece is the company for you. You can book appointments online at alexanderbleece.com or contact by phone at 817-879-0782. Again, by phone, that's 817-879-0782. What are you waiting for? Go book your appointment.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college.